In our first session, we got an introduction to what JavaScript is. So now that we know that JavaScript is primarily used to give a dynamic nature to our websites, let's see how that actually works. Let us now first see how JavaScript works not with a website, but as a standalone program. I will be using JSFiddle to run a simple JavaScript code. JSFiddle is an online code editor that lets you test out code snippets on their web interface. A very cool and handy tool. First things first, variables. In the earlier versions of JavaScript, we used the var keyword to define a variable. It has now been replaced by let and const keywords in the newer versions of JavaScript. The difference between the let and const is that const is an immutable data structure. That is, once a value has been assigned to a const variable, the value can no longer be changed, and the value is mutable or changeable with the let keyword. Starting with our first program, we will be printing a value, my first JavaScript program, on the console. So we'll write a function, my first program, and a console log inside of it. Once we're done with that, we're going to invoke or call this function. And let's see what it prints out in the console. As expected, it prints out whatever we put inside the console log. Right? Simple? Okay. Now let's make this function parameterized. By parameterized, what I mean is we will send to this function the value which it needs to print in the console. I'm going to define this function in a new way of defining a function using the arrow key way. We will deep down inside the arrow function in a future lesson. But for now, just remember that everything on the right side of the equal sign is being moved into this variable, my first function, which is on the left. Then we invoke the function by calling it in the same way, but with a parameter this time. Let's see. See? It prints what we sent. Now let's do some operations on these inputs. Right? I'll send two numbers maybe and add them inside this function. Let's say I send 1 and 2, and in the console log A and B will be my parameters. In the function I'll just add A and B inside the console log. Let's see what happens. And as expected, it prints 3. So all this is about a regular function in JavaScript. During the next session, we'll see the different data types in JavaScript. Cheers and bye for now.